if we lay off half the workforce, good luck with ever getting the IRS to answer the phone.
And with the IRS planning a lot of layoffs, it's due to that government shutdown. The move could potentially affect people who have yet to file their taxes or ones who have filed an extension. Ozarks First, Michael McLaughlin is live at the Accurate Tax Services building here in Springfield, where he spoke to the owner today about the possible impacts.
Yeah, Bailey, so the tax filing deadline for people who requested an extension last year is next week on October 15th. And I'm told when layoffs do happen, it could cause some delays.
The longer the layoffs are, the further behind the IRS gets.
Owner of Accurate Tax Services, Kelly Hodges, tells me it can take hours to get the IRS on the phone, and the layoffs would make that wait time even longer.
So if we lay off half the workforce, good luck with ever getting the IRS to answer the phone. And if you have a tax issue, how are you supposed to get that taken care of if no one ever answers the phone?
And people who mail their tax forms instead of sending them electronically could also be impacted.
They would normally fill out their tax forms and they would mail it to the IRS. But if we don't have employees to process those tax returns, then that is going to take a very long time for those to ever happen. Things that are sent through the mail have to be hand processed, not computer processed. And before we had this big layoff, that was probably going to take a couple of months.
One of Hodges' main concerns is how the layoffs might impact software providers.
There have been years as late as February 1st before I could actually file a tax return, just because the software wasn't updated because the IRS hadn't released the requirements and approved the software. If one tax preparer doesn't have the software, I'm going to bet you the one next door doesn't have it either, because they're all waiting on IRS approval.
When it comes to next year's tax season, she recommends people file their tax returns as soon as possible.
You probably need to file your tax return as soon as you can file it, because of the fact that it is a first in, first out system. Not that that's necessarily going to get you money quickly, or your refund quickly, but it's going to get you in line.
The layoffs would leave around 34,000 IRS agents out of a job. Reporting live in Springfield, I'm Michael McLaughlin, Ozarks First.